Alright, hi guys. My next video is showing you how to compare decimal numbers to each other. And so the questions that you'll be asked to do with this might be to do with how big or small one is compared to another. So for example, if I'm having a look at this first set of numbers, 12.249 compared to 12.256, I might be asked which of these two numbers is the largest. Okay, in order to compare decimals, there's a few things that you need to know. Okay, decimals are compared, so after the decimal point, they're compared in size from left to right. Okay, so I look from this direction going across. What I mean by that is when you look at the decimal points here, you keep looking at the numbers in unison until you find one number that is the bigger than the other in the same place. Okay, so for example, the first one here, they're both 2. And of course, before you look at the decimals, you look at the whole number. In this case, they're both 12, so I need to keep looking. So they're both 2 here, they've both got 2/10. Next number along, this one has 4 hundredths, but this one has 5 hundredths, okay? Now I don't need to look any further because I've discovered that this number has a higher digit in the same place, okay? The 5 and the 4 compared, and so this is my largest number out of the two. Okay, another example, and slightly different because it doesn't have the same number of digits. Rightio, so we look at the whole number first, they're both 3, decimal point, then there's a 4/10 in both of them, then there's 2 hundredths in both of them, okay? Now this doesn't have a third digit after a decimal, this one has an 8. Alright, so what I always try to say to my students is if the last number is not there because you're comparing it to another and there's a missing something because it is appears to be a smaller number, if there's a missing one, you need to add a 0. And I always suggest you add zeros at the end until you get the same number of digits after a decimal, and that allows you to compare it really accurately. Okay, so 4, 2, and then 0 and 8. 8 is the smaller one, is the larger one, and so that is our larger number. Okay, so if there's a missing digit at the end and they don't match the same number of digits, add a 0. That will come in handy when we're adding and subtracting decimals as well. Okay, my last example is kind of similar to that one actually. So 12.823 compared to 12.8234. Okay, so the same goes for this one. We look at the whole number first, out the front, both 12. Then we've got decimal point 8/10, 2 hundredths, 3 thousandths. Okay, and then this has a 4 at the end. This one doesn't, so I would add a 0. And then that's got 4/10 of thousands. So this is our larger number because 4 is larger than 0 at the end. Okay, simple as that. Again, the steps are look at the whole number, keep looking from left to right on both of them until you find a number that is larger than the other in the other set of numbers in the same place. So in the tenths, in the hundredths, in the thousandths, and so on. All right, good luck.